Hello YouTube, this is Kyle from Vacuums R Us. Today we're going to be going over how to replace the main power switches in your Shark Rotator Professional Liftaway.
All right, before we start this repair, disclaimer time. This video is for informational purposes only. These repairs should only be done by factory authorized technicians in vacuum stores. If something goes wrong here, I am not responsible for any issues that might arise. If the vacuum becomes sentient and eats your cat, not our problem. Seriously though, watch the entire video. A lot of these repairs are very difficult. Make sure you're confident in performing this repair before you start, because the last thing in the world you want to do is take this machine apart and then bring it into a repair shop because you couldn't complete the repair. Many repair shops, like ours, will not accept machines once they've been messed around with. So make sure you can do this before you start, because you're in it to win it.
First off, we're going to start by removing the bin. We're gonna unscrew this guy, and these two bottom ones in here. There will be another screw on the other side. Put all these screws off to the side in a magnet tray. That way none of them get lost. And there will be a total of 7 screws in the front. For the back, we are going to remove another 4. There's going to be one up here, 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 and last one up here. Now, for the bottom, you will need to remove 2 screws here and here. This unit is missing some, so I will have to find a spare set of screws that will fit in here. We're not going to fully untighten them, but we are going to loosen them enough just for the base to move just a tiny bit. Then once that is done, your back piece should pop right off. Now we're needing to get into this piece right here. That's as simple as removing and unscrewing 2 little screws. Once we are in this, we'll have both of our switches exposed. In this case, our brush roll doesn't work, so we are going to only be replacing this back switch. If your main unit does not turn on, a few things could be happening. Either your main motor is dead, you have a bad cord, or your power switch is bad. This video will cover how to replace both. But for the time being, same concept with this guy. It's going to be red and white. For this guy, it's yellow and white. So unclip. We have our new switch. Link in description. We're going to make sure when removing the switch, make sure you have it oriented the correct way. The switch is going to be facing with this piece same direction as the other switch. So the connections are going to be on this side. So make sure that the prong fits in like this. After that new switch is installed, we should just be able to slot down our switches and reinstall the cover. Put a screw here and here. Now slot it back into its home, and it's back to reinstalling this back panel. This back panel can be a little difficult to get on sometimes, where it won't want to line up on the bottom, so it needs to hinge in. Make sure that the switch is fully seated, or the back housing will not want to slide back on. Okay, now that we have that all done, it's as easy as clipping it back in. Make sure this bottom piece is lined up. It has a little guide. It'll clip in. The top clips. And now we reinstall our screws. We're going to install a screw here, here. There is a difference between screws. For the bottom, you are going to have short screws. For the upper portion of the body, it's going to be long screws. Make sure you don't mix that up or you can ruin the screw mount. Now we can flip back to the front, put in the screw here, here, 3, here, 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 and 4th one there. I do not recommend fully doing this repair at home. It is way better to have a professional do this repair, as it can break during the repair if done improperly. Gonna flip the machine over and then tighten down all these other screws and install our last 2. Alrighty. Hope this fixed your issue. Now we are going to reassemble the machine back to how it was. When turned on, the power head should work. If the power head doesn't work, then that is leading to micro switch, which we have videos on how to replace the micro switches in these heads. If replacing the micro switch also does not fix the issue, then your PCB is bad. And then most of the time that you won't be able to find parts for that. But once the machine is fully back together, you should now be ready to go back to vacuuming. Thank you for joining. Have a great day.